Hi, Jonas here. So there's a topic from yesterday we didn't have time to cover, and I wanted to make sure the message is not lost. So here we go. And that message is that data science works best when we develop analytical solutions you can use in the absence of the data scientist, while in return we learn from the way you use the tool. So in addition to the human interaction, we have this analytical interaction that emerges from the socialization of the analytical tools and of course the socialization of the data in the process. So the example I want to show is one where we go to an image. So I'm only speaking things that were published in this quick example. So the paper is here. So I just have an image here. So let's save it. Notice everything I'm going to do is going to happen in the browser. So the browser is the ultimate user interface for cloud-based analytics. So let's save the image. Yes, the download folder, that's fine. And now I'm going to go to another tool, image.js, as always, published. I'm going to load the same file. I'm going to try to illustrate this point. So again, we are in the browser, we are not leaving the browser. We are going to satisfy dependencies. For instance, we want to count shapes as an example. And now I'm going to engage into this active learning process where I'm choosing the things I want to classify and I'm letting the analytical module do the classification. And you see this is very interactive. And for instance, you can modulate the strength of the selection. You can have some analytics as you go. There we are. You can load additional modules. You can, of course, ask the tool to learn other things. And in the process of doing this, we are learning from the way you use the tool. See here, you'd recognize quickly that you need to reduce the stringency of the classification in order to get only the tissues you want. You may also decide that you want, say, another module, and the requirement here is always that we are not forcing you to download or install anything. Any backend will be in the cloud. So let's go to the main menu and load, for instance, a module that has a digital staining, the KS67 has such of capability. So here we go, for instance, nuclei recolor. So this is an example where a digital stain was designed to identify a structure that has internal substructures, and these substructures are of no interest to the classification. So you see here that the nuclei now are rather bland. So let's pick another one, and there we are. So we now could adjust this to be exactly what you want. All right, and at any point you could go here and update the values. Okay, let's go back to the nuclei recolor. There we are. Increase the stringency, so we kept everything that is pink. Again, notice the internal substructures are now gone. We are only classifying pink stuff, which allows us to be much more precise about what we want to classify. At this point, we can go back to the original image and verify that is the case. So hopefully this illustrates this mechanism where we write code that delivers on an analytical endpoint that you seek, and in turn, we learn by the way you use the tool how those classifiers are best designed. So when you get to the end, we know, the end of this classification exercise, we know what you did and how, and we can learn from that. So this is a hybrid machine learning, human learning, that is often described as active learning. So you can have your collaborators help to classify entities and then make the most of that classification in a way that doesn't involve this laborious and time-consuming retraining in between. So I hope this gives you an idea how we develop tools that work a little bit like a mousetrap. So these tools are inspired by the purposes of your research, and then in return, as you use the tool, we learn more about the things you're trying to classify, and we try to amplify them and scale them further. All right, I'll stop here. You know where I live. Any questions or ideas you have, just come by my office, or of course, stop at Cloud4Bio. That was the opening slide here. So Cloud4Bio is where we meet once per week to discuss new projects, and the next session is tomorrow. So it's every Wednesday between 9:30 and 11:30. All right, I'll stop here. Bye now.